Come here, man. Come here. Hey! Bro, get up, bro. Go outside. Fuck is wrong with you? Bro, you really just threw the whole PlayStation, bro. Babe. He just threw the fucking PlayStation. Carter, bro. Bro, go upstairs. Bro, you.
All right, guys. So what you just saw there were just a couple clips of kids getting upset about not getting what they wanted for Christmas. Now, in today's society where consumerism is rampant and out of control, we've turned a holiday, Christmas, which in my opinion, the real reason for the season is Jesus Christ. We've essentially distorted the true meaning of Christmas and made it about consumerism, right? Kids getting gifts, Santa Claus, presents, things I don't really think that the holiday should be about. Now, growing up, I did receive presents for Christmas, and I was one of these kids that definitely was disappointed when I didn't get what I wanted. However, I never resulted to disrespecting my parents or even killing somebody, right? Over the fact that you didn't get what you wanted for Christmas, which is kind of what this story right here is about, okay, as it involves some teenage brothers that ended up killing and shooting their sister over Christmas presents. And again, this is why I say that America's consumer culture is out of control, right? We consume more than we've ever consumed before in the past. And people are now thinking that they're poor or that they somehow, are in bad shape because they can't afford to take out more debt and to buy more stuff that they don't need, right? And, I think that this video right here is a good example of how our culture of consumerism leads to bad things, right? Like this right here, which should never happen around Christmas time, okay? If we actually adhere to the real reason for the season, which again is the birth of Jesus Christ, right? This is what we actually should be celebrating. That's what it should be about, not gifts and, presents. But before I get into it, we have to have a word from the sponsor of this video, BioTrust. When it comes to anti-aging, we are all looking for that miracle pill. Generally, you need to try multiple products that target different areas of the skin to fully combat the appearance of aging. Some supplements may attempt to reduce wrinkles, while others may bring back firmness to sagging skin. Believe it or not, I have found a solution that removes the need for juggling with multiple anti-aging products. It's a special type of collagen, and it's better at maintaining skin elasticity, reducing visible signs of aging, and promoting a youthful complexion than most anti-aging products I've seen typically found on store shelves. Tens of thousands of 5-star reviews back up the notion that this collagen is not only a modern-day fountain of youth, but that it also removes the need for us to use countless serums and anti-aging supplements. Most importantly, you can save 53% for this month only. Plus, for a limited time, you'll receive free gifts such as free shipping, a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, free VIP live fitness and health coaching for life, and a free ebook titled The 14 Foods for Amazing Skin, all at no extra cost to you. Go to healthwithpatriot.com. That's healthwithpatriot.com. Or click the link in the description down below before this once-in-a-lifetime deal sells out.
A 2-year-old mother of 2 is dead after being shot by her own brother on Christmas Eve. Abrielle Baldwin was trying to break up an argument between her siblings when one of them pulled out a gun. Fox 13's Evan Axelbank reports on what has the sheriff furious and the changes he is now calling for.
Photos Abrielle Baldwin posted to social media show her filled with joy.
She's just a woman going about life, doing her thing with her 2 kids, trying to make a living, trying to make it.
On Christmas Eve, while at her grandmother's home on 22nd Avenue in Largo, she'd had enough of her brothers bickering. DeMarcus and Darcus began pulling guns on one another.
DeMarcus and Darcus. DeMarcus and Darcus. Interesting choice of names, but what we have here is 2 stereotypically looking young scholars, right, who apparently decided to kill their sister over Christmas presents.
Guns on one another.
Abrielle told DeMarcus, Quote, you all need to leave that stuff alone. Why are you trying to start it? It's Christmas.
They both had been fighting over Christmas presents, with the 15-year-old Darkish jealous that their mom had spent more on gifts for 14-year-old DeMarcus. After Abrielle stepped in, DeMarcus pulled a gun and fired, killing her and sending her son and his nephew, an 11-month-old, falling to the ground.
Wow. Again, so just imagine, like, again, the type of culture that we've created in our society around Christmas where you have kids. Again, I mean, I don't know. These don't look like kids, but apparently, again, 14, 15 years old. Wow. Incredible. I wonder what they're putting in the water out there. But anyways, you have a 14 and 15-year-old get in an argument because the 15-year-old, the older one, was jealous that the 14-year-old, the younger one, got more gifts. And apparently the sister tries to break it up and like, listen, this is Christmas. Why y'all arguing over this dumb stuff, right? And the 14-year-old, the younger one, ends up pulling out a gun and shooting his sister because the sister tried to break up the argument. Again, this is all culture, right? This is 100% culture. It's insane. It absolutely is insane. It's just crazy to me how kids feel entitled to Christmas presents and a gift when, there are a lot of kids growing up, around the world that don't get anything at all, let alone the things that a lot of kids in the United States get. Even when you are middle class or you're living in poverty, you can still afford to get nice things, right? You might not be able to get the best things or all the things that you want, but you're still going to be able to live and get better things than most children get around the world. But again, kids don't really understand how privileged and blessed they are to be living in the United States and to get and receive the things they receive. Okay? Because if you've ever been to some of these other countries that, the kids are not as privileged, they don't get as many gifts, right? It's a blessing for them to get anything at all. But again, this is the type of culture we've created in this society.
Then, Darkish pulled his own gun and shot DeMarcus, leaving him badly injured.
Wow. So then you have the 15-year-old that takes out his gun, and then he shoots the 14-year-old. Now, again, why do all of these individuals have guns? Who knows, right? But the sheriff here is going to try to make it seem like it's a gun problem, but it's not a gun problem. It's a people problem, right?
Proliferation of guns on the streets and guns in this area and guns in the hands of these kids. This is the worst I've ever seen it. I don't think we've ever seen it this bad.
The sheriff says the area around 22nd Avenue in Largo has been subject to extra patrols lately, with 13 gun-related incidents since September. He says his office has gotten reports of 17 guns stolen from unlocked cars. He suspects the guns used in this shooting were obtained that way.
And people can't.
So they're criminals, right? So you have criminals arguing over not getting enough Christmas presents. And then again, because they're criminals, because they're agents of chaos, they ended up shooting and killing their own sister. And one of the brothers could have also killed his brother, who ended up shooting and killing the sister. So again, you have a whole family that could have been dead over some Christmas gifts. Insane. But again, you have this sheriff here, talking about guns. And I'm not necessarily saying he's really trying to make guns the problem. It just sounds like to me that he's focusing on the guns. Like, oh, there's too many guns on the street. Yeah, then that may be true in a sense. But, people aren't asking to have their gun stolen just because they leave their gun in their car, right? Especially if their car is locked. Okay, and I'm pretty sure most people are locking their cars. The problem is that you have a criminal problem, right? Criminals like these two individuals running around breaking in people's cars and stealing their guns. Okay? And I think that's the real issue that we need to focus on here, because you can take guns out of the situation and you could still have the same result, right? That kid was so mad that he pulled out a gun and shot his sister. He could have went in the house and got a knife and then stabbed his sister, right? The other kid could have went and got a knife and stabbed his brother in response to stabbing his sister. The same outcome could have happened with knives or any other weapon, right? So it's not really about the guns. It's about the criminals. That's what you have to focus on, the criminals, and the fact that they're committing criminal acts, right?
Leave their car doors unlocked and leave their guns in their cars. It's got to stop.
Further, the sheriff says both juveniles have been let off the hook too easily by the juvenile justice system, particularly DeMarcus, who has a history of violence against school staff and law enforcement. The sheriff is calling for tougher laws.
They are not getting the consequences that they should get. that keep them from doing it again and again and again.
Abrielle was only 23, and now her kids, an 11-month-old and a 6-year-old, will have to grow up without her. Evan Axelbank, Fox 13 News.
And again, who's going to take care of those kids? Who's going to take care of those kids? Because I don't know how you explain these kids that, yeah, your uncle shot your mother because Christmas presents, right? So you don't have a mom because your uncle killed her. Now, again, the uncles clearly don't have the capacity to raise the kids. The mother of these brothers, right, of the uncle, the mother clearly does not have the capacity to raise the kids either, because look at the kids that she raised. They're agents of chaos, menaces to society, who should not have been on the streets in the first place, in my opinion, right? Because I do agree with the sheriff with one thing. Hey, you do need tougher laws to make sure that these repeat offenders, these people who are known to be violent, aren't out on the streets. But since they were, essentially they ended up killing themselves, or almost killing themselves. They killed their sister. They almost killed themselves when they probably shouldn't have been out on the street in the first place. Again, it's an overall sad situation. I really feel bad for the kids who lost their mother, because, again, who is going to raise them? Who's going to raise them? I mean, the chances are they'll probably end up getting raised in a way that probably incentivizes them to be menaces and chaos to society as well, too. And again, that's the sad part about this.
DeMarcus has been charged with first-degree murder for shooting his sister. He's in the hospital and expected to recover. Darkus is charged with attempted first-degree murder and is in a mental health treatment facility.
Yeah. Should have been on the streets in the first place, if you ask me. Okay, but again, this is why I say that Jesus is the real reason for the season. And I think that we should move away from this culture of consumerism. I think that people should be thankful for what they do have and not spend so much time worrying about what other people have, because what you have materially doesn't actually mean anything, right? That's not what is of value in this life, okay? And I think that, this holiday, Christmas, again, it's been bastardized to the point where, it's not really about what it's supposed to be about. And then you have situations like this happening. That I think it obviously is an extreme situation, but there are plenty of videos that go viral online of kids that get perfectly good gifts, right? Gifts that they should be thankful for. They should be thankful to be born in a country like the United States, where, again, you even get gifts at all. They're mad and upset because they didn't get the nicest thing that their friend or their neighbor got, right? And it really does bother me that we have this type of culture in our society. But hey, it is what it is. Rest in peace to this young mother. It is really terrible for something like this to happen. But I would say that, at the very least, when it comes to these brothers, considering the fact that they're so willing to kill each other, their own family members, to me, them being charged and hopefully locked up will keep them from killing other people, because eventually they probably would have killed somebody else had they not tried to kill each other over Christmas presents. So, hey, it's a sad story, but it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share. A Black conservative perspective. Peace.